General Kickstar of the Unified Galactic Defense Corps stood atop his command vessel, watching in disbelief as the primitive settlement below his ship continued to hold against the Vorthake invasion fleet. 3 cycles had passed since the raiders had descended upon the mining colony of Kepler 438b, and by every tactical calculation, the settlement should have fallen within hours. The colonists were humans, Deathworlders, who had volunteered for the most dangerous mining operations in known space. When the attack began, Kickstar had expected to witness another tragic massacre. His own fleet was still 2 cycles away, far too late to mount any meaningful rescue. But the humans hadn't waited for rescue.
Tactical Officer Zenri,
Kickstar called to his subordinate.
Explain to me again what our sensors are detecting.
Zenri's mandibles clicked in confusion.
Sir, the readings are unprecedented.
The human settlement has somehow constructed defensive structures that our most advanced scanners cannot penetrate. The materials appear to be stone and some form of metallic ore.
Through his ship's view screen, Kickstar observed the impossible sight. Where once stood a collection of prefabricated mining huts, now rose a fortress that would have impressed the ancient architects of Zenithia Prime. Massive walls of precisely cut stone rose 30 meters into the air, reinforced with what appeared to be raw iron or beaten into structural supports.
Sir,
reported Communications Officer Ilith,
we're receiving a transmission from the human settlement. Audio only. Put it through.
A gruff human voice filled the bridge.
This is Marcus Chen, Acting Colony Administrator. General Kickstar, we appreciate you coming, but we've got things handled down here.
Kickstar's throat sacs inflated with incredulity. Administrator Chen, our scans show you are still under siege by a full Vorthake raiding party. How are you handling things?
A sound that humans called laughter crackled through the calm.
Well, General, it turns out mining equipment makes pretty good construction tools. And 40 years of digging the hardest rocks in the galaxy teaches you a thing or two about moving stone. But Administrator,
Zenri interjected,
our readings show construction that would require industrial fabricators and gravitonic manipulators. How did you achieve such precision with primitive tools? Officer Zenri, right?
Marcus's voice carried an edge of pride.
My people have been building walls for 10,000 years. Way before we had fancy machines. Turns out, when your species evolves on a planet that's constantly trying to kill you, you learn to build things that last.
Kickstar activated his tactical display. The Vorthake forces were indeed contained, their energy weapons ineffective against walls that seemed to absorb and dissipate the blasts.
Administrator, how are you withstanding their plasma bombardment? Local stones got high iron content,
Marcus replied.
Natural electromagnetic shielding. Plus, we line the walls with refined ore from the mines. Nothing fancy, just good old-fashioned engineering.
As if to demonstrate, a Vorthake assault craft dove toward the fortress, firing its primary weapon. The plasma beam struck the wall and simply dispersed, the energy scattered harmlessly across the stone surface.
Impossible,
breathed Ilith.
Our own shield generators couldn't achieve that level of energy dissipation. Your shield generators probably cost more than our entire colony budget.
Marcus chuckled.
This wall cost us 3 days' work and some sore backs.
Kickstar watched as Vorthake ground forces attempted a direct assault on the fortress gates. Massive iron-reinforced wooden barriers, held firm against creatures that could tear through military-grade battle armor.
Administrator Chen,
Kickstar said slowly,
are you telling me that you built a defensive structure superior to our military installations using nothing but stone, metal ore, and manual labor? General,
Marcus replied,
my grandfather helped build the Terra Nova defensive line with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. My great-grandmother helped construct the Martian sea walls using nothing but rocks and determination. We're Deathworlders, General. When we build something, we build it to outlast the apocalypse.
As Kickstar's fleet finally arrived at optimal firing position, the Vorthake raiders broke off their attack, apparently recognizing the futility of their assault. Below, the human fortress stood unmarked, unbreached, and utterly impregnable.
Administrator,
Kickstar said with newfound respect,
would you be willing to share your construction techniques with our military engineers? Happy to, General. Fair warning, though, it involves a lot of heavy lifting.
Kickstar looked down at his own slender frame, designed for life in carefully controlled environments. Perhaps, he thought, the galaxy had much to learn from these remarkable Deathworlders who turned adversity into architecture.